ازaykum and welcome to season 2 of KultrKonvo, a podcast brought to you by Kultrshop. And I'm your host, Hadil Osman.
Tap into the shop, now we the culture on the chest and on the back. It's everywhere like it's supposed to get it.
We're going to go around the orange table and introduce our guests for today's episode, which is about community building and success stories. Hi.
My name is Jayli Ali Mahdi. I am a director. I do different stuff within the directing field, ranging from visual direction to music direction.
Oh, me.
صح؟ حارة صح؟ ضحكت فينا أنا.
Okay, my name is Noor Kamal. I am the founder and designer of NK Jewelry, which is a Sudanese-based and inspired jewelry line. Used to be based in Sudan, and now I moved to, I'm based in Dubai, I can say I'm all over, everywhere.
Nice.
Yeah.
International.
Yeah,
Yep.
Hi, my name is Yusuf Yahya. I'm the founder of Sudan Innovation Labs. I help build, invest in startups.
Nice. I love the diversity that we have
need
here today.
Yusuf.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
both of us need Yusuf.
Yes.
أصلاً أنا جاي عشان يوسف.
All right.
أنا قاعد
Help
لك
you
الليلة.
build your business and everything.
Yeah.
Very nice. I'm really happy to have all of you here with me today. So let's get right into it. What are some stories of strength, resilience, and even community that have emerged over the past year, with the war, that have really inspired you and the work that you do? Let's start with Yusuf.
Yeah, sure. I think mainly before the war, our operation was based in Khartoum. After that, we were forced to kind of relocate our operations to both Kassala and Port Sudan. And part of the work that we do is we support these entrepreneurs. So we opened applications for one of our programs, and we had an overwhelming more than 10,000 people apply. Right now, more than 10,000
From all around Sudan.
from all around Sudan.
الحتات
Exactly. ايوه الحرب ضربت حتات كثيره في السودان، لكن لسه في ناس قاعدين ولسه في ناس يقدروا يشتغلوا ويقدروا يطوروا حاجاتهم and want to do a lot of these things. We're currently running the programs in both Port Sudan and Kassala, and there's 150 entrepreneurs in
Wow.
each of these individual states working on their businesses right now as we speak.
That's amazing.
There are still people there with a lot of hope, and they want to do stuff. It's really inspiring to see that.
It is, definitely. And with the situation, how everything kind of has slowed down, and all the problems with the power cuts and whatever, the fact that they're still going and they're still pushing, that's amazing.
They're very, very resilient, and they continue to find new ways to kind of come up with this stuff. وبعدك a lot of the businesses that we're seeing are businesses to solve problems that are currently happening, right? Yes, the war happened, but it opened up new markets for a lot of things that are happening, right?
Yeah.
So people are coming up with new ideas, new services, and so on and so forth.
And decentralization from Khartoum.
Which was very important. And
Yes.
was much needed,
So it jump-started your decentralization as a brand.
Exactly. And من زمان احنا بنفكر إنه والله يا أخي we need to do work. We did do projects outside, but we never built offices outside.
Yeah.
And then when this happened, we were like, yo, shoot.
It was much needed, and then you reached
There was no other way.
expansion.
Exactly.
Actually beneficial to a lot of people outside of Khartoum as well.
Exactly, right? Testing new waters, new territories. بعدك new ways of thinking. الناس اللي قاعدين بالخرطوم ما بيفكروا زي الناس اللي قاعدين بالخرطوم.
طبعاً,
right? You hear a lot about that.
resources
Exactly. Different resources, different landscapes, different everything. So.
That is definitely inspiring. Really great. Tamam. What about you, Jayli? What's something that happened?
Nothing came to mind quickly, but I feel like to take the easy answer just being here is inspiring as hell. The guests that are with me are people I look up to in their businesses and what they do, but just knowing people like Sarah and Marina doing their thing and just pushing constantly. أوصل بيعمل له بودكاست بعد الحرب الفكرة العامة the amount of times I have had ideas وفي voice في مخي بيقول لي يا مان زول جاي من حرب you have a whole new set of lifestyle to look up to. You have new expectations عندك حاجات ما كنت متعود زول established في بلدك فأنت هسه زول ما established.
Starting من تحت.
فلما تلقى ناس تانية مواصلة في الحاجة دي، ناس انت كنت شايفهم في السودان شغالين when they still continue, that's really inspiring. ما محتاج ذاته امشي بعيد، في قاعدة الناس اللي قاعدين معنا they're inspiring.
بالضبط. That's true. Pushing through مع الظروف and everything. And Nawar.
I think يعني what both Yusuf and Jaylee said إنه غير القعدة اللي إحنا هسه قاعدين فيها عموما الشباب والشابات السودانيات بعد الحرب also يعني adapting to the changes that happened in our lives all of us all together بس برضو الناس الكتار اللي بدوا their own small businesses after the war يعني أنا وآمنة برضو I'm inspired by what Yusuf said إنه لقوا إنه في ناس برا الخرطوم who are willing to offer something new إحنا برضو في الإمارات عملنا this event that was like all women and it brought women together وكان ناس creatives و designers وناس بيعملوا حاجات بيدهم and we were so surprised by the amount of applications والناس كانوا حابين يشاركوا and some people even started these businesses after the war which is amazing لأنه بتحس إنه أنت متى كان عندك زمن أصلاً إنك to get over the trauma to think of a business idea to start something new and actually want to like introduce it للعالم برا and honestly not just on like a business level but also on like a personal level الناس عموما التخطي اللي قدروا أو يعني هم ما تخطوا 100% you can't say that لكن في النهاية التعويض اللي حصلت وإنك أنت قدرت تطلع نفسك من الحتة اللي كنت فيها كتار منا ما كان قال إنه outside of Sudan we're able to achieve or do something or be worth anything as big as we were maybe in Sudan but we realized إنه no يعني there's more opportunities there is light at the end of the tunnel you know يعني دائما الحكاية بتفتكر إنه this is the end توصلت القاع بتاعك لكن you never know what's
can only go up right
you can only go up exactly
and to add to that I think نحن because we were operating in Sudan our opportunities of succeeding elsewhere is a lot higher right because we were operating in a very limited environment right يعني الحياة كانت very limited انت عشان تسجل business في السودان عايز لكم شفتها يعني but now the ease of doing business the networks like an infrastructure مبني so if you have something you can plug and play globally now instead of having to build the infrastructure where you need to operate from and Hassan I look at your vlog and your ease of going shopping and buying your raw material and I don't think that was that easy for Sudan exactly
السهولة بتاعت الموضوع
but this is it
the visibility of everything
exactly so that should make it a lot easier for people to jumpstart their businesses and their operations
you know Yusuf I always say إنه if you're able to make it in Sudan زي السواقة في السودان لما تقدر تسوق في السودان you can make it everywhere
ما this is it
exactly في زمان كنت بحس إنه أنا في my business for example if it's let's say أنا دايرة أدفع لناس الضرائب it was a hassle يعني your whole day أنت بتكون أسبوع شايل هم لناس الضرائب دي اللي أنا ماشيلهم كان الفارغ اللي أنا بسمعه yeah I used to do that because my mom's a lawyer and she used to be like listen if you want to do this you have to do it the right way
okay
تدفع ضرائبك تعملي كده تسوي كده so I used to actually go بيجوني زيارة and everything
ما بيقاسي هم بيجوا قبل ما تمشي
yeah I was the good student I
fair enough سامحني
But if you make it in Sudan and your business is actually doing well, you have so much potential outside of Sudan.
بالضبط كده.
زي ما يوسف قال it's a lot easier. You know, حاجات كده بتمشي من دون ما أنت تكون خدتي as much effort as you used to in Sudan.
Yeah. بعدين whatever comes your way, you're going to be able to like overcome it. لأنه إحنا مرينا بحاجات يعني صعب كتير شديد on the day to day في السودان.
Exactly.
So when you're in established cities, countries, whatever, it's easier to proceed. This is very nice.
And I think eventually when we go back, I think we should take all of the new cultures that we've learned
absolutely.
and just go pour it back to make it a lot easier for us to do the
so we can build the infrastructure that since
but this is it now everybody's seen right
yeah
and now you got to take it back
I get you I always say إنه جيلي المرق من السودان ما جيلي رجع السودان
طبعا
جيلي ده مرق خلاص ما جاي السودان
وما المفروض يكون نفس الجيلي لكن نفس الجيلي رجع يكون
دي
مشكلة
you keep on new things
بالضبط كده very nice
you only grow
That's true.
Yeah.
طب Hassan, let's take it a bit more personal. يعني مثلا, if you can tell us like one major achievement that have happened recently in this past year. It can be about you as a person. It can be you as a business. What's something that you can share with us that can inspire us? And also, I want you to talk about يعني الحاجة اللي بتخليكم proud of yourselves. Who wants to start?
Well, that's
اللي بتدينا الاختيار يا زلمه
I
feel like Yusuf has something.
لا هذول انت.
I feel like Yusuf has something.
لا Yusuf started. Let's give him a break. What about you?
Recent success. I don't know. When I got the list of guests that I'm supposed to be with, and I understood the episode was about entrepreneurship, and I was like, I don't feel like I belong here. But I feel like I can offer a perspective of getting started because I'm only getting started to treat my career as a business.
Brilliant.
Rather than just as an artistic expression that I do. And it started with like registering the brand DXJ, and I have two amazing partners. Shout out Rawaf, shout out Zina. It's a beautiful combination. You know Rawaf is insane. It's a beautiful combination. DXJ has like been a dream of mine to like start something on my own.
Brilliant.
And it's so difficult until you do.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? It was so difficult. That's why like I felt like sitting with people that have been doing this for a couple of years would be beneficial for me to just hear like thoughts and ideas. And I also feel like if there's anything I would say that's inspiring is like how easy it is to actually like be like, okay, I'm a business. Yeah, انت فاهمين في ناس صحت قالت يا زول the guy who made Rolex, he started Rolex at 24 كشركة ألمانية. هو ألماني بيبيع حاجات سويسرية في بريطانيا. فهو زول قرر إنه صحة الصباح قال لي دي شركة والله يا أخوان الموضوع ده. Now look at what Rolex is. So it's literally يعني كانت هيرد اللي ما كان عملتها by myself ما كنت هصدقها. يقول علي إنه يا ما أنت بس بتبدأ ربك بعدك بيقسم لك. You know what I'm saying? You said something about إنك تتخطى الصعاب ومنها تتخطى التراما. I think my work is one of the ways I deal with this trauma, along with a lot of healthy ways like therapy and everything. Like my day-to-day of being involved in my work and having my purpose being sprung up to me every day throughout like the different projects. حياتي healthy شديد يعني ما كان في طريقة غير كده يعني. I feel like I didn't want to go and look for a job. I didn't want to go work for somebody else because I just felt like that would require a more healthy, a more active جيلي. وجيلي جاي بالك من حد زي ما قلنا في شنو وما يقدر to give 100% to someone else's work, someone else's dream.
True.
But I just felt like with everything I was going through, I somehow could give 100% لحياتي أكثر من حاجة زول تاني. فأنا like خلاص نبدأ.
That's amazing.
The right time to start is now. What about you يا نور؟ حاجة كده أنتي فخورة بها شديد.
I feel like this past year it's been almost a year and a few days من الحرب. And I just feel like honestly I'm so proud of myself, and it was so hard for me to say this قبل الحرب until the war happened, and then الكلاتر damage اللي حصل لنا كلنا بسبب الحرب وحاجات كثيرة. حسيت إنه okay, I'm very resilient. The fact that I kept going is actually very inspiring to me before anybody else. بتذكر كنت at some point كده كان أول ما الحرب جات يعني أول ما الحرب حصلت بعد أسبوعين ولا حاجة زي دي كنت دائما I'm fighting إنه I need to do this, I need to. I was really paranoid إنه my business would collapse, or you know, because in my head NK was in Sudan, and if Sudan is gone, if my studio is gone, then NK is gone. So I was really fighting so hard, contacting different people. يا جماعة, I need to do this. Help me with this. I can pay you in installments. I was thinking of so many different things. Then I had this conversation with my friend and I was like, listen, honestly, I really need to calm down, because the fact that I'm still going, the fact that I have stock, the fact that I was able to even purchase more beads or pieces or whatever to keep my business going is amazing. Like, I need to give myself more credit for this.
Yes.
فحاسة إنه يعني الحمد لله this is يعني كده the whole package altogether is حاجة بالنسبة لي that it's something I'm very proud of, and I'm inspired by Ruhi.
Bravo, that's how it should be.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Very, very inspiring.
Yeah, wow.
And Yusuf?
I mean,
حاجة شخصية.
very strong. No, I think for me it's my decision to go to therapy as a Sudani man, right?
Brilliant.
Going out and exactly.
That's amazing.
It was much needed, yani. So December, right before the war, we had a business that failed in Sudan. You know, it was supposed to be a very big success story, and then everything just went south overnight. For that happened in December, March, a few weeks before the war, I lost my dad. And then the war happened, and all of these things happened at once, right? Yani, and at that point, everything on the table says, give up, khalas, you're done. You know, and you did what you got. It's like just like you both said, but actually that's the time when you're like, you know what, like, how can we take everything, rebundle it, and start off again, right? Like in overcoming all the kind of social stigma about globally men going to therapy, but that locally in Sudan, being able to kind of go on our journey and continue to be on our journey has been very liberating for me, and has like enabled me and armed me in order for me to kind of continue to kind of do more. Right? For that thing in itself, I'm very proud of, and I'm a big advocate for men, for Sudani men to go to therapy, because as you heal everybody that's around you, and I think it's very important that people go through that journey.
That's true. So I can totally.
I'm proud of myself for going to therapy.
We're so proud of you.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Also أنا يعني بس to add on الكلام اللي قاله يوسف، ودي حاجة أنا نسيتها برضو، يعني obviously I think ناس كتار شديد محتاجين كانوا therapy. يمكن مجموعة مننا they made this decision. I also made the decision to go to therapy try different kinds of therapy حتى ما حاجة واحدة. And honestly أيوة الحمد لله.
You have to.
Yeah, what works for exactly.
Yeah.
لأنه أنا برضو I'm against إنك تمشي therapy ويطلعوك أنت مجنون ولا عندك depression ولا يديك حبوب. I'm against that, so I was exploring different kinds of therapy. وحاجات that really work for me, and honestly this is يعني واحدة من أكبر إنجازات اللي ممكن أكون أنجزتها في السنة اللي فاتت. لأنه I've been consistent with it, even the small little habits اللي بعملها كل يوم في حياتي.
That's the one.
I feel like I'm a different person.
Yeah.
يعني بجد ما بتحس إنك أنت نفس الزول اللي كنت.
I think I have a different perspective in terms of the changes you feel. Like I've been doing therapy for 2 years now, and when I was in the UK, الموضوع بتاع امتحان ما مشيت وما ادراك كان في ادفايس انه امشي الدكتور يكتب لك ورقه. طبعا الاستجمة جواك just like ماشي الدكتور يكتب لي ورقه ان انا بعدين جاي من الثوره الوقت ده فضوا فينا الاعتصام هنا. فالبروفيسور بتاعي قال لي يا مان موضوعك ده ظابط شديد، انت بس بتمشي تقول لها حصل لك بالظبط لك الامتحان ده بيعيدوا لك. ف I went and did that, and that's one of the moments where I recognized my stigma. خجلت انا ماشي خجلان ليه انا زول. My mom's a psychologist. كلمه الثيرابي دي في بيتنا عاديه يعني. من الصعيد بتاع امي عاديه، من ابوي شتيمه يعني. فاحنا Sudanese houses.
This is exactly what we need therapy for.
Exactly what you need therapy for.
These Sudanese houses that are so torn apart.
Exactly.
I think it was a year into moving to Sudan. قررت انه اوكي تمام شاور الدكتور بلا. I don't know. شغال شاوت اوت من انجليزي زي الرابرز، لكن شاور الدكتور بلا والله زول شديد. I started going to therapy on my mother's recommendation, and it's been 2 years where I don't feel any change. However, what I do feel is that I'm doing something about it.
That's what matters.
Whether it's voices in my head, whether it's anxiety, whether it's anything.
You don't feel any change?
I don't. There's definitely change. Absolutely there is. Like it's just an inner feeling بتاع إنه يا أخي أنا في حاجات بتضايقني. حاجات ما منطقية. ده خلل في السيستم المنتال والسيستم السايكولوجيكال بتاعك الاثنين البرين والمايند. الحاجات دي انا ممكن اكون جربت لها كذا حاجه and it works. Prayer, seeking like other individuals, having all of this works. لكن وصلت مرحله انا عايز زياده. جربت الزياده دي متوقع طبعا من الافلام انه خلاص
it's a self-discovery, it's a journey.
It's a long journey, and
it doesn't
my
start
journey
a
is
certain time or end a certain time.
It's just like entrepreneurship. It's like building blocks, baby steps.
Exactly.
Healing takes like time. It takes many steps, just like building your business. So the fact that you're doing both at the same time because of the effects of the war is huge. It's a lot, but it's also very inspiring. And I totally relate to what you said about loss. I've also, like, I lost my brother because of the war as well. But you have to push through. And you have to, like, move forward, because if we stop, what's going to happen?
But this is it.
You just got to keep going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's small daily battles, and then you win them. You go to bed at 9 and you're like, you know what? I had 10 battles. I won 7.
Exactly.
Good.
We're going to wake up tomorrow and then see.
But this is it.
Apart, what I was trying to say is يوم بتخسر العشرة.
Yeah.
You have to be okay with that.
And it could be tomorrow.
أنجزت أي حاجة في يومنا ما منطقية.
And you should be alright with that.
Yeah, exactly. It's not always about I have to succeed, I have to finish everything on my to-do list. It's about زي ما قلت being like just proud of what you've done today, and then tomorrow you have another chance. I pat yourself on the back.
I have this habit of creating a to-do list كل يوم قبل ما أنام. And then لما نصحى ثاني يوم I start taking things off my to-do list.
Doesn't it feel good?
It feels really good.
I can't stick to that routine.
That's short-term gratification. I'm not good at that.
Yeah, I can't.
But you know what I've been doing to kind of like feel good about my to-do list? لما نلقى في حاجات that are, you know, يعني some things that are small and they don't matter, I'm okay with not achieving them.
Okay.
Yeah.
أنا ما robot. يعني I don't have to be 100%. As long as as long as I'm improving and working on myself on a daily, it's fine. ما لازم كل يوم to do this تكون 100% ticked off.
Yeah.
طيب حسي خلينا نتكلم عموما يعني if we're considering innovation and entrepreneurship, which is the core of what all you three do, how do you think like Sudanese individuals and our diverse communities can come together and support each other? I know you're all dealing with like very different segments and very different businesses, but like how can we come together as a people? لأنه غير الحرب نحن عموما مشتتين, and we're not really together.
Yeah.
So how do you think through your work and through whatever you're doing you can bring people together? Or generally, how can entrepreneurship like inspire الحاجة دي يعني?
So we've been doing this thing called the Sudan Business Club, right? We kicked off in Cairo. We did one in Kampala.
Nice.
We're about to do one in Nairobi right now. So what we do is we bring Sudanese businessmen and women who've pre-existed in that ecosystem prior to everybody coming in. يعني if you guys don't know, just in Kampala, Bara, 150,000 people moved there right after the war.
Yeah.
Right? And
It's one of the like bigger
yeah,
hubs.
but جدا.
شديد.
لكن برضو if you didn't know that there are Sudanese businesses that have been in Kampala that are worth double-digit $1 million that have been operating there for 30 plus years. So how can we bring these businesses to come in and speak to these newcomers in the ecosystem to teach them the ropes?
Yeah.
ما انت لو بتعرف تشتغل مثلا في حته زي مصر بتعرف تنجز الحاجات من وين كده وانا جاي جديد ما انا هتصيع كده. how can I connect with you who's been here to be able to do that, right?
Hello.
And this is just a small initiative that we've been doing for the past few months, right? We don't know what's going to come out of it, what's going to be built out of it, but just the mere gesture of setting up and starting the conversation. حاجات بتحصل. يعني people that showed up in Uganda, one of our accountants that worked with us in Sudan is now hired by one of the people that came and attended, and so on and so forth. And just the mere networking of how these things happen. And مثلا I know both of them online. We've never sat down and spoken to them.
Yeah.
But now after this conversation, definitely something is going to come out of it, right?
Yeah.
So how can we create networking opportunities? Exactly. How can we build an ecosystem that's actually beneficial, that's built on mutual respect and mutual benefit, right? She probably has questions for me and I have questions for her.
True.
And it's going to be beneficial. We've already started talking about a lot of stuff that we can do together, right?
Beautiful.
So how can you scale up that conversation and include more people into it? I think it starts by a conversation where there isn't any tit for tat. You know, I don't need to benefit from you right now, but how can we have a genuine conversation and see what can get built on top of that conversation?
I feel like I was gonna comment actually on what you said إنه الناس السودانيين they don't stick together أو إحنا ما عندنا ecosystem قوي في ناحية البزنس. I يعني slightly disagree with الحاجة دي. بحس إنه من السودان يعني for example Savannah كان برضو في 249. I met a lot of people through different events حقت Savannah. Even though الهبز اللي كانت في السودان impact hub والحاجات دي كلها even though ما كانوا كتار as many as let's say Rwanda or even Uganda let's say لكن في النهاية برضو الناس they show up and they want to get to know each other. يعني بكل الريسورسز البسيطة that we had in Sudan we still kind of created an ecosystem. أنا بعرف يوسف even before we met. This is the first time we meet زي ما هو قال. But we know each other because في الشباب الناس this certain age you meet online and I think برضو الانترنت السوشيال media
helped a lot.
يعني a lot of people are nagging all the time about social media وضيع زمن وشنو but I feel like it's an amazing tool.
You can make money on that,
You
bro.
can make money
So
and you
much.
can build a whole network out of social
That's
media.
true.
يعني أنت ممكن تكون عندك a solid ecosystem through social media من دون ما تلاقي الناس in real life.
Yeah.
So يعني بحس هسه especially now with like everybody being in a different country والناس كلها اتشتتت نص في يا هو يوغندا نص في لسه في السودان actually نص في كايرو الإمارات whatever. I feel like the most important weapon is social media. بعدين غير كده في يعني small events what Yusuf is doing and يعني كل الناس اللي بيعملوا حتى هنا البازارز والإيفنتس اللي بتجيب الناس together. I feel like it's amazing. بعدين يا جماعة في حاجة تانية يعني هسه إحنا مثلا في القاهرة السودانيين جو بعزمهم كله. يعني all these events بتحس إنه oh my god يعني بتدخل بتحس إنك أنت في السودان you know. So we do have that sense of community.
يعني جاهزين هنا الساوند بتاعنا ما جرنا سماعات
أيوة يعني
حفلات طوال.
Yeah exactly الحفلات اللمات البازارات الكذا بتحس إنه أوكي يعني
في جو سوداني حاصل.
بتقدر you can take a Sudanese person out of Sudan لكن ما بتقدر تطلع السودان منه.
That's true.
Yeah ففي يعني في support system ده قاعد we just need to connect more.
More لأنه في ناس بيكونوا ما like not entirely in tune but like you said social media is a great tool إنه الناس تتواصل وتعرف الحاصل شنو and hopefully more people use it for that as well. Yeah. What about you, Jenny?
I don't know. I took your question from two perspectives. If we just take the connection, the idea of connection يعني الناس كيف تتواصل مع بعض وكيف تكون. I think إجابة الحاجة دي على ليفلين. في الليفل بتاع البيزنس في الليفل على مستوى الدولة والايدنتيتي.
دي كبيرة
كبيرة شوية يعني.
نبدأ بالبزنس.
Please cut me off ذاته. Business wise, I think أنا في حاجة قاعد أحب أقولها دائما أنا please correct me if I'm wrong but there's such thing as a commission-based economy.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? And نحن دولة يعني بكل I got to work in so many different fields الحمد لله يعني قبل الإخراج من نحن دولة بتاع السماسرة.
أصلاً للأسف.
الحاجة دي so far it has held us back. لكن دي ما معناه إنه it has held us back. I think one of the biggest issues we have as a country is that we always feel like our situation إنه وضعنا مختلف. في حين انه الدول دي اتبنت قبل كده والاقتصادات اتبنت قبل كده والناس يعني في so much in this world that you can use as a مرجع بعد ذاك تعدله على وضعك لأنه وضعنا مختلف. Every nation has its own like pretenses. Every business economy has its own pretenses. لكن ده ما معناه إن أنت ما في من الفورميلاز الشغالة في العالم دي حتنجح معك.
تنجح في السودان.
من ناحية اقتصادية عينت رواندا عينت شنو عينت الدول زيك هنا كلام ممكن يكون بتاع الجزيرة وبتاع هنا وكلام سهل إنه يتقال وتنفيذه صعب لكن دي الحقيقة بتاعت الحاجات دي تطلع في كلام سهل تنفيذه صعب. دي الحقيقة بتاعت. From a business perspective, I think we need to embrace the idea that حقي وحقك وكجمتي وكجمتك. To explain it further, and I feel like الزول بتاع السبتايتلز هيتعب معي. كجمتي وكجمتك ما عارف يعمل كيف. لكن نحن ناس قلبة. That's what our
people want to get rich quick.
Exactly.
Instantly.
Exactly.
With no effort.
Which is fair. Which is what we should aspire to.
Okay.
But that's not. But
it's not the reality of things.
Yeah, the reality doesn't have to be our inspiration. هنا المفروض نكون كلنا دايرين نغني سريع. لكن اللي بيحصل في السودان إنه ما بفضل بيغني سريع. هنا وصلنا المرحلة بتاعت ما بفضل بيغني سريع عندنا اقتصاد ماشي قدام.
في السودان كان في ناس بتغني سريع.
لا المفروض يحصل يعني.
تعبنا في الحاجة.
المفروض يحصل ما بفضل بيغني سريع في الدولة. عشان الدولة تقوم زي ما هي كده المراكب السائلة كل حاجة.
Exactly.
لكن الانسبيريشن الشخصي المفروض يكون يا أخي أنا داير أغني سريع. تمام دي ما حاجة غلط.
And I think just to add للحاجة اللي بنتكلم فوقها هو ما قصة درنا شديد الناس بيفتكروا إنه زول لما يقول أنا داير أعمل قروش ولا داير أغني حاجة عيب فزول بيخش يقول لك يا أخي أنا ما داير قروش
أنا بستغرب
كده فهو I think الانرجي بتاع الكونفرسيشن ذاته بيكون غلط إنه أنا جايك في نفاق يا أخي أنا ما داير أغني منك لكن أول ما لقيت الطريقة تعال شفت طوالي لكن تعال يقول يا أخي أنا داير أعمل قروش يقول لك خلاص بمشي نعمل قروش سوا شفتها لكن يقول لك لا ما انا ما داير قروش من هديل دي ما عشان
ما كان عندنا حاجه في السودان I used to work commercials فشغال مع few I think one that was my main like source لانه كان في production house في السودان لانه كان في ease of use I think واحده من الحاجات انه قريت في انجلترا خربتني فيها لما جيت ارجع اشتغل السودان تاني انه الخواجات تحديدا في يو كي اكتر من حته عندهم ليفل بتاع صراحه كده في البيزنس ذاته ثقيل فلما جيت راجع كان لازم القى ناس صريحين شديد معي عشان اقدر
عشان يفهم
كان عندنا حاجه بنعمل في كل فاتوره حاجه اسمها اوفيس مارك اب الاوفيس مارك اب ده حاجه قانونيه في العالم كله انت بتعمله في فاتورتك
السودان بندسدسها
عشان كل البنود لا ما غير بندسدسها الكلاينت ذاته بيحسسك انك غلطان
ليه في اوفيس مارك
ليه 15 في الفاتوره دي بتاع شنو يا اخي ما مكتوب اوفيس مارك اب اللي بتاع شنو يعني دي فاهمه شنو دي فاهمه انت داير تسمسر فيني يا اخي انا جاي اسمسر فيك ما دي شغله انا محترمه في الدنيا يعني البورصه دي شنو يا باشا انت زول قريتها انا ممكن بشرح حسابي لكن البورصه دي شنو مش عباره بتاع السماسره بيتفقوا على السعر يوميا
المفروض ايوه الناس بتشتري وتبيع
مشيت البورصه بتاعت المحاصيل في السودان
ايوه مشيت
ليه الحته دي منبوذه منبوذه صح من المجتمع يعني
لك عشان بيجو ترانسبيرنسي ما هو الحكايه لازم يكون فوق ترانسبيرنسي لما الحكايه تكون ترانسبيرنت انا عارف انا بتكلم معاك بورق مكشوف انت بتتكلم معايا بورق مكشوف ممكن ناخذ ندي مع بعض لكن بيكون في انفورميشن اسيمتري يعني شنو انفورميشن اسيمتري انا بيكون عندي معلومات اكثر من المعلومات اللي انت عندك فوقها بنتفاوض في نفس الحاجه دي الحكايه اللي بتكون فوقها غلط شفتها يعني ممكن زول اسمها بزنس انتليجنس اند سو اون سو فورث لكن ما في اكسسبل داتا في السودان كله
بالضبط we don't have any
exactly عشان الناس اصلا تبدا تتكلم في تسعير الحاجات كيف لكن we go back to what you're saying I guess السمسره حاصله كثير في البلد نحن بنفتكر انه نحن ممكن نكون احسن من الناس كلها يعني مشيت من الدول كلها مشيت من الحتات كلها لما طلعنا عرفنا انه يا جماعه
حبيبي احنا ما شفنا حاجه
ايوه
احنا
اكزاكتلي ما
اقل كمان
لكن ده كان درس المفروض كلنا نحن ندرسه عشان نشوف اول حاجه who our leaders are what's going on عشان
how we've been brainwashed
and how do we contribute to the issues ذاته
we are part of the issues right so يعني نحن حاسين احنا كان ساره قلت لنا ورقه قلت لنا نتكلم عن الايشوز الحاصله نحن نتكلم عن الايشوز
ما حنخلص
exactly لكن people speak about solutions and how we can move forward So this is the shift in a narrative that we need to start.
أنا بتكلم إنه no business market or I think no economy will grow without the people that pick up the pieces.
Okay.
I feel like whatever يعني حاسس مثلا إنه الزول ده قبل ما نيجي خاشين قعدنا وفكرنا في كذا فكرة كده. اسمع أنا دايرك تساعدني في كده وأنت دايرك تساعدني في كده. الموضوع ده ما أخذ معانا حياة بتاعت 5 دقائق. أنا قاعد أحترم شغله وهو بيحترم شغلي. وكثير من الناس اللي شغالين في السودان كان personal businesses ولا كان they're helping grow like establishing businesses وشطار بيحترموا بعض وبيحترموا شغل بعض. So it takes 5 minutes for me and this nigga to come up with a business idea.
بالضبط.
Took 5 minutes. فالمفروض نتقابل بس يعني الناس تتقابل to connect يعني.
والأهم من ده ذاته إنه after you agree on things like whether you want to start a business or work on something حتجيبوا ناس حتشغلوهم معاكم برضو جزء من الكوميونتي وبرضو بعيد من البابلز حقتكم because that's how you build the communities, that's how we support each other because we Khartoum people we live in bubbles that's a huge fact. لكن حسي نحن بقينا مشتتين كان في الولايات في السودان كان هنا في مصر كان في أي بلد تانية in the region we have to like step out of our comfort zone يعني شنو نشوف باقي ناسنا اللي عندهم capabilities. حسي أنا دايرة أقول لكم speaking of يعني comfort zones or lack of, we're going to be playing a different version of, or like, I want to say the Kultrshop version of Taboo. انتوا بتعرفوا لعبة تابو يا جماعة؟
والله أنا ما حكتب علمونا قبل ما أخش التصوير والله ما حكتب علموني ثاني يلا
خلاص I'll just explain it سريعا كده ل our viewers طبعا. تابو أو Culture Taboo is a customized version of اللعبة المشهورة دي اللي هي كل زول فيكم حياخد 4 كروت. اوكي. وكل كرت فيه كلمة، انتوا حتقول لنا كلمة شنو، لكن حتشرحوا لنا معناها شنو. without using الهنتس المخطوطة لكم، اللي هي المفروض تساعدكم.
So we're not يعني انت خدت لي هنت تساعدني لكن انا المفروض اتكلم عنها.
ما تجيب سيرتها.
في كلمات المفروض ما استعمل، شفت انا قاري.
مش كده ايوه.
شفت انا جاي حافظ.
أيوة. بعدين عشان نسهل لكم الموضوع يعني الكلمة ذاتها مكتوبة بالعربي وبالانجليزي، فانتوا اختاروا عايزين if you يعني you choose how you want to explain it. نحن هنفهمكم في النهاية. وكل زول فيكم عنده دقيقة واحدة بس. تمام. So I'm gonna be timing it with my phone. طيب نبدأ بيوسف.
الله اوكي.
عندك زي ما قلنا 1 minute للأربع cards.
لل4 cards.
Yes.
Okay.
1 minute for 4. Yeah, it's a fast round.
افتحهم كلهم مع بعض ما في مشكلة صح؟
لكن بس ما تورينا. يلا start.
Okay.
I got you on the clock by the way.
Okay. اوه. طيب
كتمت.
لا. ممكن تطبخ بيو وممكن يدقوك بيو.
مفرقة. صح.
Nice. Got 2 points.
تمام.
طيب لما البنت تيجي تعرس بتعمل شنو؟
جرتك.
قربتي.
بيحبسوها.
جرتك بس شنو؟
لبن.
لا.
لا دي الحاجة الوحيدة اللي جاتك في اللحظة دي.
الأكشن عشان كده.
Say that again.
30 seconds left.
في جرتك. بجرتكوا I don't know.
بتعمل شنو؟ بترقص صح؟ بيرقصوا
جسمه جسمه.
بس يا هو ذاته.
جسمه.
في رمضان بتجي
واضحة يكون أنت جسمك طبعا.
وحلمر.
ايوه صح. في الخرطوم في شنو؟ من الخرطوم ومن دلمان بحري كده.
كوبري
10
النيل.
seconds.
لا كوبري بس النيل.
يا سلام.
اوكي
كان تقول إنك القاهرة ضبط.
This is amazing يا
Nawar got the whole
سامحة والله يا مان you killed it.
Do I get points?
Yes, you got 4 points.
I guessed the first one.
Yeah, you
لا
got 1
دقيقة
point.
أنا thought I get the points for explaining.
Yeah, you got all the points.
I was faster than you.
لو كنا أصحاب عزيز.
لا لا زول أنا I'm very competitive.
طيب.
خلاص يلا now it's your turn.
Okay.
جاهزين يا شباب؟
Be your own nigga.
Timer is on. يلا.
طيب هم ثقافة قريبين مننا لكن هم ما سودانيين لكن قريبين مننا وقريبين من مصر لا. Yes.
اوكي.
شوف اللي بعديه شوف
حاجة بتصدر السودان بطريقة رهيبة شديد. إيه oh my god you're amazing. العروسة لما تيجي تعرس بدوها شنو؟ بدوها
مهر.
سدمان. أوكي.
هنديكم البوينت.
شكرا.
آخر واحدة.
I don't know how to explain this.
30 seconds.
عندك زمن ارتاحي.
شوية.
سيطر.
عندي
Well, you got 20 seconds now.
Can you Jalen you need to stop talking.
حاضر. أنت عادي.
المشكلة الكلمات اللي خدتنا كلها نفس الكلمات أنا هستعملها. I'm just gonna use
10 seconds.
rapper.
تويتر.
6
عايش في أمريكا في
أوديسي.
أيوة.
I'll give you that point. It was like right on time.
Yo, straight up.
Your turn.
Do I get points? How many points do I have?
You have 4 من الراوند.
Am I winning?
Yeah, both of you.
لا إله إلا الله.
جيلي يعني شنو؟
نار.
جيلي عليك الله يعني.
عملوا عنها تيك توك حس الايامات دي واحد باكستاني عمل فيديو كيف تطبخها في البيت.
قراصة.
قصيدة تطبخها في
I
البقاشة.
saw that video.
بيعملوها في اللاقاشة.
دكوة.
سامحة منك.
أيوة.
مزيكا بتعبر عن جزء من المجتمع للسيس شديد.
زلي
شديد. أنا when I said this sis you were gonna get it.
40 seconds.
طيب. شنو أكبر زود في حياتك؟
أنا ما أتكلم.
It's a soldier lyric. أكبر زود في حياتك.
أغنية لسولجا.
يا اخي هو زول سولجا اتكلم عنه غطس حجرنا كلنا.
30 seconds.
حق الترابي.
بس قلت لي الدين. قلت لي الدين سامحة.
20 seconds.
You should have guessed it.
فنانة سودانية she was the قسمة before there was a قسمة.
طقطاقة.
قلت لي الدين.
Nice.
شو أنا والله استمتعت إنه ده قس بدل ما أنا.
I want to know what I guessed. أنا ما عايز الصفر.
أنا انتهيت يا زول تنسى شو.
Okay, nice one.
القصة في البشرة على فكرة ما في الناس.
وين البتاع؟
هيدر لا حما ظاهر الفستان.
لا كيف زهر؟ لا وين زهر؟
الزولة دي فازت.
كيف يا زول؟
شوف يا جماعة. 7 points. 5 بطيش 2. معلش.
Come on.
على كده لكن who finished before the timer
You did.
passes.
You did. He finished before you guys.
أنا زول ديسكريبتيف على فكرة ما شغلتيني.
يا أخي ده كلام ما حقيقي.
Thank you so much for tuning in to one of our episodes for the second season of KultrKonvo. I'm your host, Hadi Osman. I was very happy to have all these amazing people with me here today, and tune in for the next one.
Tap into the shop, now we the culture on the chest and on the back. It's everywhere like it's supposed to get it.